Hey guys, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video, and in this one we are going to talk about the potential insane increase in value of our Veve collectibles and which factors, in my opinion, are the most important ones. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor and not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape into the Veve collectibles. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider dropping a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think where the Veve collectibles are going in value in the future with the catalysts that I am talking about in the comments below. If you want to do more, please also consider becoming a Patreon and enter the family of the Rare Hodlers. At this point, I thank my 8 Rare Hodler supporters, either on Patreon or channel membership, for always supporting me and my journey. But with that out of the way, let's get started. So you might be wondering why I'm holding this camera like this, and the reason is because of this beautiful cherry flower here, really spring feelings coming out. So now you're looking basically up to the tree, and it's just crazy how nature can explode in a second, and so can our collectibles. And with this, let's walk a little bit together, and we are going to talk about some factors that I think are crucial and that are already announced and how they could play together. And the first factor is scarcity, and even scarcity that we cannot see right now at some collectibles because they are not as scarce as others, but there are certain mechanics that can lead to scarcity, and on the other hand we need a gem amount in the app, and there are some factors that influence this as well. So how do we attract, or how can whales get into the app? And we are going to just see how some synergies of certain little mechanics that are already announced can play together with the entering of that bigger money, and therefore cause a super huge explosion, in my opinion. Let's start with the point of scarcity. So we see that we have some collectibles that are even under 250 only available. For some comics, this is the secret rare amount, and then there are some collectibles that are even less. I think the Amazing Spider-Man 252 version has even less on the secret rare. So that means that only 200 or 250, or for the normal secret rares, 500, 600 people can hold a certain collectible. But there are other collectibles out there which we can see is 20,000, and it's not so easily imaginable that these collectibles will shoot up in value to several thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars with these edition sizes. And right now the uncertainty is really big as well, because we have this dip going on, and there are some factors and reasons for that as well. So let's just consider a collectible like the Golden Moments commons, Winnie the Pooh and Timon and Pumbaa from the duos, but also Lumiere and Cogsworth, the uncommon, and Flounder and Sebastian. So let's just consider the whole set. Most of these have around 10,000 to 13,000 editions. We also know that these are selling at the moment between 100 for Cogsworth and Lumiere and 300 for Winnie the Pooh. Now, besides this being a collectible with super big licensing background, being first appearances, or in the case of Winnie the Pooh, even double first appearance, similar to Homer and Bart, because there's also Piglet in this collectible. These are under the Disney umbrella, and most of these are very, very important characters in kids' favorite cartoons. So we have the big Disney community, we have the kids community behind those collectibles, and we have a lot of collectors that want to own these. And the prices, as mentioned, are still fairly low because of that. Now let's bring a mechanic into play that is the master collector program which causes people to just trying to complete sets, and there are people that will or already have completed the golden moment sets, and it's hard once you have a set to break that set up and sell some of the pieces. So many of these collectibles will be locked in, because even if you reach a $500 to $1,000 price per collectible, most of the people will not be willing to sell them at this price point. Then let's consider Omi utility program, and this is where it gets interesting, because we have seen in the first iteration, and there will be coming another iteration, that with every bigger staking tier you get tools at hand for you to improve your profile and to gain benefit functionalities which you can use to do certain things on the app. For example, if you are staking in the staking tier 3, you will be able to display low mint numbers. So now the focus with this one functionality will be on all the low mints of our golden moments collectible set. So there will be a fight over these low mints just to be able to brag about the low mint numbers on the vault, to display them and to show that you are the one that has one of the lowest numbers in existence. But then there's also the functionality of being able to burn collectibles, and that is probably one of the most powerful tools. Now you think, why would I as a normal user go there, and if I own, let's say, 2 of these sets, burn one away? And the answer is you probably wouldn't. But you have to see that there are people out there that can just buy all the golden moments of this set that are listed at the market at the moment in 1 second. They can just buy them all and they wouldn't even feel it in the purse. There's so many Ethereum whales and fiat whales and whatever, like collectors with deep pockets out there. Because ultimately the Veve app is not addressing investors but collectors, and these people that have a lot of money and have these gigantic income streams from other sources, like even people like let's imagine a Jeff Bezos or an Elon Musk. If you have one of these being a insane Disney fan or collector, these people want to have these collectibles and they want exclusivity. And with this tool that I've just mentioned, they can create exclusivity. So if one of these or more of these would be already around on the app, they would be able to just accumulate on insane prices, and as whales openly admit, they do it so that you don't see it. So for example, the price of Lumiere and Cogsworth pumps up to 120, 150, and then trickles suddenly down again because other people think that's a good point to take some profits and to sell their collectible. They are always sitting there, and 110, okay, I buy it. 104, 104, I'll buy one more. And they are just buying more and more and more. And after a certain point, when they see, okay, this bottom line is not being hit anymore, they are just erasing the rest from the market. So this could be one strategy for a whale to accumulate as much of one collectible as possible. Same goes for comics. Like if you see you can buy a House of X comic still for 6 gems, you could just accumulate and accumulate. And we see that the number of these comics listed is low all the time. And so maybe this is what's going on, but this is speculation. I just want to explain how the mechanic can kick in here. Now, what do we need to have big whales on the app? We need to have them trust the app, know that they can get their cash out again, and in the end, the possibility to load this up without hiring 10 people that are clicking the gem load up button for them. So, because it's really inconvenient. You can do the math. The maximum that you can upload right now in the app at once is 600 gems. So $600. Let's say you want to upload 1 million. Already for $6,000 you have to go through the process 10 times. So for $60,000 you have to do it 100 times, $600,000. you see where I'm getting. So this is just fucking annoying, and these people that have so much money, they have better things to do with their time, being entrepreneurs. So what they want is a feature where they can get $1 million, $2 million, $3 million just by inserting the number and load. The second aspect is the possibility to get this money out again when they want to, because this is something that is just a fundamental principle for them, to be able to access their cash and don't have it locked up in a project. From the interview with Tabs and the last AMA, we know that the web platform intends to facilitate buying gems, and probably the limit of how much you can buy at once per day or week will fall with the implementation of this web app. Also, this implementation of the web app will make it possible for Veve to sell gems to people without losing 30% to the App Store. So for Veve, it wouldn't be beneficial if someone just loads up 10 million gems in one transaction onto the app via Apple Store, because 3 million would go away to the Apple Store, but on the cash out moment they would have to fill that gap up and lose out on a lot of money. So this barrier right now for whales is intentionally there to protect the project, but with the implementation of the web app it will go away. Now we also know that with the implementation of the web app, the final infrastructural milestone will be set to facilitate cash out, and that is to establish trust that these people can cash in, cash out as they please. And that will allow whales to play their games on the Veve app way better than they are at the moment. Yesterday we have heard from Kay on the stream with Randy and Kyla Wilson that he has talked to some of the current whales that have a couple of million gems on their accounts, that they are locked at the moment because of the ongoing cybercrime investigation, because of the gem exploit. So that also means that the buying pressure from the bigger whales on the app is not present at the moment, and this could be an influential factor on why the prices have not increased anymore. So these people are probably sidelined at the moment, and once they get their accounts back and their gem stacks back, and I believe they will not lose out on much of what they had, they will let this money flow into the market again to be able to play around with these low prices. Ultimately, once we have one of these collectors in the app, he already bought everything he wanted to, then he can make use of this burning tool now to create exclusivity for this collectibles. So for example, let's consider the Lumiere and Cogsworth collectible with around 10,000 editions. Let's say he was able to accumulate 7,000 or 8,000 of them over time, and he's just patiently erasing everything of these collectibles. Then he will be able to now burn it and even maybe upload a video. Maybe there's a cool burn animation where you can just throw everything into a melting pot or have some flames erase those collectibles or something else to play around. And yeah, that could be an incentive for them to create a little video, as we see the videos right now when someone buys a collectible for $50,000 to just brag on Twitter about it, that hey guys, listen up, I just burned 7,000 golden moment statues, there are only a couple of thousands left. So he could do that, and there are people that do crazy things with collectibles and in those spaces. So I just see this as one of many possibilities how whales could play their games and have fun in the app with those tools. Another interesting point would be that we also know that we'll get ranks, leaderboards, and probably badges, something like an achievement system. Now let's consider that this achievement would give you a little badge on your profile, And we all know there's a sense of completionism. When you're a collector, you also want to have these things. So everyone who played World of Warcraft knows how fun it was to try to complete all these achievements for a certain dungeon or a certain area. So this could be also the case for the Veve app. Now let's imagine you get a badge that says you are a collectible burner. So you have to at least burn 1 or 5, let's say 5 collectibles to be able to get this badge onto your profile. And for math's sake, let's say we have 1 million unique and active users on the app by then when this feature gets rolled out. Probably we'll have even more. 500,000 of these people are interested in achieving this badge, and they all burn 5 collectibles, which will leave us with 2.5 million collectibles. Not talking about which one this would be, but let's say you stacked already 20 or 30 comics, so you're burning 5 of those away, and someone else has stacked the Toby art piece or so. So that would be something that just creates a rolling mechanism where suddenly there is scarcity in collectibles just because everyone burned a little bit to achieve these little badges or these little achievements. So here we see how a little mechanic can change everything in the app. So there is the infrastructure, obviously, that we need to get the whales and the big money in, and we have no idea, and I still try to wrap my head around this, what it means if whales will, like these big Ethereum whales that are aping into the collectibles on OpenSea or the little NFTs on OpenSea, what happens if they start battling themselves on the Veve app? And I am pretty sure it's just a matter of time with all these licenses and with all these bigger milestones that Veve is going to achieve in the future, that this will happen. These whales will come onto the app, and once you have those whales, like those Ethereum whales and the fiat whales and the celebrities that are also bragging with their scarce collectible that they bought for, like, let's say 100k, then it's on. And when you are then still sitting on your bag of collectibles and you didn't let go of them and you didn't take profits on almost everything of this, then you will probably have a tremendous potential to then take insane profits once this is happening on the app. And here we're not even talking about utility, about getting extra animations, being able to use those collectibles in the Veveverse, being able to use those collectibles in other connected metaverses, or having real life utility features on those collectibles that we don't know quite yet. So we're not talking about all of this. We're just talking about these mechanics on the app as we know it right now. So with everything that is coming extra, like being able to display comics in showrooms or getting an animation, this will multiply the potential of this specific collectible or category explode, because it will attract the attention. Like a moving car, a drivable car, a car that you can use in a race game, for example, let's say a car like the Aston Martin, where you can just shoot at your enemy with a little miniguns or something, that will be 10 times more attractive than a static one that you only can look at in the app. And I think this is coming depending on which licensor, which artist, if it is maybe a Frank Kozik Labbit breeding game, or a other game for the bubbleheads, or a racing game for all the cars. So this will give an extra boost to such collectibles, in my opinion. But with that, I'm already at the end of this little video. I hope you liked these ideas that I had. I hope you liked the insights in how these mechanics could play together, and I hope you can see where your specific favorite collectibles may be going in the future. And I hope that you feel as bullish as I do. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. And with that said, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. Go out into nature, relax, consider everything that we've said here, and see you in the next video.